It's another amazing time in the Bbnaija house where they get to like give us some runway shows. Like, hey God. And this particular wage attacks has been a long week, like a very, very long week for the housemates because they have to do like extra work. They have to give it everything they had. And I guess what? They actually brought their A game today. Arena today. So their teams, they do I'm sorry, what am I babbling? They normally do this weekly wage attacks, where they like get to like present and compete with each other level and get to win. The winner gets to win access to pool party on Thursday and also get to win 1 5 pocket naira that they will use to shop. And if you don't win, you get to go hungry for the next story. Or you do with the food you have at home. So their team for this week was fashion, arts, and craft, and also Vicky asked them to like do a fashion show runway, and everybody comes up with their own ideas of the kind of outfit they're gonna put on, but they were only giving it to and shred. And looking at all the pieces they made, guys, it was so amazing. Like myself was looking like, do you really? It's like, are you really sure that they didn't go and use machine behind the back? Because no, I actually gave them some a round of applause. They all did amazing. They all outdid themselves. Like they were all so amazing. You know, first they after they have gathered in the arena, Biggie was actually so nice. Like I've asked Adekunle to. I don't know what's wrong with this night. Okay, he actually asked the level 1 housemate since they were the last week wage arena, like to like okay, give them opportunity to choose who is going to go first. And since they've all been at the words that they've all been like every time they start first, level two tries to like copy their concepts or copy part of their content to like do also. So probably they actually allowed the level two to go first. And myself, I was glad. I was glad also like to let them go first and like okay, they won't really look stupid after yeah, because that normally happens. It normally happens. And they were really too they were way too competitive this night. They were very, very competitive with each other, I tell you. And the first album, when the level 1, level 2 was out, Groovy did a little presentation, like trying to like present their team is the Gen Z's fashion show, trying to like present them and everything. And immediately they went straight to business. Um, Khalid went first, the goals in turns like that. And later on, they came back 2-2 after doing it 2-2. And later on, they came back right on the straight foul, worked out again. Later on, came back on a straight foul, trying to like tell us what the Gen Z actually means to them, and what the Gen Z generation that's in their outfit, how it inspires them, and what it actually means to them. And they all take turns to like talk what it means to them. And Modella actually like flopped when she was about to like tell us what the Gen Z fashion means to her. And later on, she like did the back also, and we can also see that where Gobi was like it was practically shaking or something. They are not really used to like them going first in every attack like that. It happens just once in a while. So I could see them really shaking, but actually they still brought their A game and it was amazing. So when they were done, it was up for the level 2, and it was that point when Adekule was like, "Okay, I want to have ask a question. Like, okay, practically level 2 has already level 1 rather. They've already practiced with music. Probably they thought there won't be music there, so they were supposed to like they wanted to give a little entertainment, not to make it too boring. But I guess they didn't do it as they rehearsed. There was so much noise. They were all over the place. No, I'll come back to their critics later. I'll come back to that later. Let me just give a rundown how the show went. So when level 2 was out, so when Adekunle asked that if Biggie could not play their music, Biggie actually agreed not play their music because they had their own music planned out. So their presenters was Shegs and Doing. After presenting that they have two stitches, Bella stitches and his wardrobe, like they have two designers that will be showcasing their pieces and try to like hand out a voting card to level two housemates to like pick and just vote or something, like just to make them part of the show and just like interact with each other. So after presenting and everything, they came, showcase their styles and everything. For Bella Stitches, for the wardrobe, they all came and showcased their outfits and went back. And while they were at it, Rachel and Giddy Fire was there singing, started with some Burna Boy song, moving on to the video and moving on to other songs like that and like that. So they were just like giving it some vibes and everything. And after everything, they ended the show like, okay, collected the car back from level two, like, okay, it was a tie. Later went in and took a bow, like, okay, fine, that's the end of our presentation. And let me move to critics before I announce. We all know that level two won the wager tax. Yes, fine. But there's been some questions. There's been a lot of questions going on. Like, okay, probably is it that Biggie just gave it to them, like because they knew that they were already suffering and they would have gone depressed if they didn't give them, as in they didn't allow them win this wager for this week, or Biggie said that level one did well, but they outdid themselves. They actually they did too much, and too much sauce in this too will not make it too much balance. But I forgot the English they actually used. Like they did too much. Like it was too much. That was not supposed to be a fashion show. Like it was too much. But should be told, fine. In a fashion show, there are different kinds of fashion show. Yes, there's different kind of fashion show. Both levels did fashion show. They wanted to add more ingredients to it, but they didn't know it was going to be too much or too extra. Fine. I see people saying like it doesn't happen in fashion show, it doesn't do this. About the music part, one, they actually thought there won't be music, and they wanted everything incorporated in their tax. Like they don't want to be like make it boring. They don't want to make it look like, okay, if there's no music, you should have sung by yourself now. And number two, since they realized that there was music, they will have just added Giddy Fire and Rachel to either one of the designers and just all of them just do the wrong way. Forget the part of the music. But I guess didn't they didn't have a plan B, and they didn't even watching through the rehearsals during the week, they didn't have the like insight to like, okay, what if there is music? What do we do? So they didn't even have a plan, and they didn't even have a quick, as in what would I call it? They didn't even have a quick like improvisation, like, okay, let's just improvise. Since there is music, you just go there, you just go there. Let's just scrap out the music. Let's just do the wrong way, do the normal presentation, like having two designers, and also that would have actually cut out more things. It would have been actually so hard for Biggie to actually pick a winner. I tell you, okay, they could just hang on to the music part, like probably it was distracting. They were all over the place. But I tell you that from their outfit to their presentation, it was amazing. I liked it. It was not so like you didn't see it coming. You didn't see that the normal runway something coming. It was amazing. And level one to level two people to add amazing pieces. And it got to a point where Biggie called out Fina, to appreciate them individually. Called out Fina that she was looking so excellently beautiful, which she was, and later called out Modella and Chichi. Before that, I actually called out Alison. After calling out Alison, like, you are a real like example of the Gen Z, and also called out Hermes to like, no, this is a real Gen Z fashion. And also later called out Chichi and Modella, like, are you sure you guys is not gonna make these clothes in a factory? Because they were looking so, they were looking amazing. They were looking amazing. So after giving them their accolades they deserve, we later went on and announced the winner. And immediately announced the winner, Brian just started with the Plenty Shall I Use song. Like, what was that for? You guys don't need this. This is supposed to be an healthy competition, not like beef with each other. Compete normally, but compete healthily. Like, I'm not liking the fact now, like, level two are now feeling once they have a win like this, they just feel like, who them be? Who them be? Who are they? Like, they just find every reason to like talk them down and all sorts. It mostly happens between Fina and Brian. And now, having Khalid join them, like, it is, I don't understand. You were saying like, whatever is he doing, you already knew that it's gonna be drama. You already know it's gonna be long. But calm down now. What happened? I think everybody has their right to their opinion. Everybody has their right to their okay. This is what we want to. This is what we want to do. You have your own creativity. You have your like our creativity. They don't feel no down. Hold on down. I feel it's complete elderly and just it's supposed to be fun. And eventually, Biggie might eventually swap housemates. It might eventually swap. Okay, they've already swapped houses. It may eventually merge them together. Okay, fine. So I really like the energy level one actually put up because they were like, okay, we know we did well. They didn't really feel bad. It was only Chichi that was trying to like feel bad, but later on she came to understand like they did well, that they did the best they could do, and they actually outdid themselves. They did so very well. Like, fine, we did well. Even beginning that we did well, it just said that we did extra. Like, we added too much Jabra to it. I didn't even they didn't have too much Jabra to it. I tell you, it will be hard to decide the winner. Probably they will just put it before I say it is a draw. But at least now, as Vicky said, there must be one winner. So I like the attitude they brought to it. I like the way they handled it. They were okay. Let them just give it to them. We know that we did well. We are good with what we did. We know we are very competitive. We know we actually did our best, and everything was amazing. Talking about the pieces they both made, I will tell you that level one pieces actually was amazing because Modella was saying like they were all putting on ras. That we did up and down. It's not about your up and down. It's not about your up and down. It's about how creative you are. All I just saw in level one was just the flowing thing. Level one actually did as a nice creativity. Look at Elo Swag, as in the creativity was amazing. I didn't even expect that kind of no, we need to and trade. I said no, I need to start using it and trade like so amazing stuff. So guys, it's just I just hope like I used to say, like in their age, are like may the best man or woman wins. So I guess Biggie was fair enough to like give level 2. Mm-hmm. But if you feel it was supposed to be level 1, let me hear your comments. Let me see you in the comment section. Like drop your opinions. And if you need us to do a live video where we can banter, I'll just pick level 1, pick level 2. Let's just tackle each other and see who is. Guys, my name is Fumi and this is Oaftv. Thank you for joining me. Until I see you in my next video, stay safe and be good. Bye.